So, I need to get, how much was it I needed to get? 1K of the weird substance. So, reduces the remaining ground by 2 seconds. This has some side effects. Plants grown with fertilizer will be infected. When a plant is infected, half of its yield is turned into items.weird when it is harvested. It can also be used on plants, which has the effect of toggling the infected status of the plant and all adjacent plants. Oh. Hmm. uh, well, I'm just trying to get a shit ton of weird substance. If I use it on... I'll just throw... use items dot fertilizer. Oh. Control C. Well, wait. I need to find where I plant the pumpkins in here. That's one weird ass sound. Let's see how much weird substance I get from 1 or 2 runs of this. Oh wow, that was lucky. Yep. Alright, we got 12K weird things out of that, or weird substance out of that one pumpkin farm. Sick. Well, click this. 100 million bone. Can't wait to unlock the mega farm. 1 billion wheat, really? Huh. Huh. Interesting. Which is obtained by fertilizing plants, has a strange effect on bushes. If the drone is over a bush and you call use item, the bush will grow into a maze of hedges. The size of the maze depends on the amount of... Without maze upgrades using n items will result in nx by nx maze. Each maze upgrade level doubles the treasure, but it also doubles the amount of world size or weird substance needed. So to make a full field maze, okay. Gives me the code to just make the full-size maze. That's fun. There's a treasure hidden somewhere in the hedge. Use harvest on the treasure to receive the gold equal to the area of the maze. Will yield that. If you use harvest anywhere else, the maze will simply disappear. If the drone is over... for the drone to end up in the same position again without going back. Can move? Huh. Interesting. Okay. So there's a can move. Does it say that in the snake one? Or in the dinosaur section? If it says can move, I'm gonna be so upset. Measure, move. Okay, so it just doesn't say anything about can move. It just says move will fail and return false. Okay, that's upsetting. That's so upsetting. Okay. Well. Interesting. Can move. Has that always been here? Or did it just unlock after I unlocked mazes? Where's my maze? Cost you up. Add a new one. Let me just try to get something going for mazes. Maze. Clear. Alright. So, I think I did a terrible job explaining this in video. So, the goal is going to be having the drone move through the maze, obviously. And it's going to save every turning point in a list. And then when it reaches a dead end, it should ignore the previous, like ignore the fact that it's going backwards because it's currently coded not to go backwards. It should ignore that and move back to the previous turning point and take a different turn. This first time lapse, I only really get it to move through the maze and save the turning points. But I'll pop in later and explain my plan to make it go backwards and all that. So, see you then. was the first time lapse. In the second one, I get it so that it can move backwards. And it does actually solve a maze. At some point in here, you'll see it. It'll solve the maze. But the issue it's running into is when it goes to run the code to go back to a previous turning point, it kind of just goes back to trying to solve the maze. And that works when it's the first one. That works when it's the first one, like, just, it's only made one mistake. It needs to go back and solve, like, just one turning point. But when it needs to go back to, like, the second to last turning point, like, it's done checked the turning, like, all the turns possible at one, it needs to go back to a previous turn, like a spot to turn. Well, it just kind of makes a random choice, and half the time it goes back into the play, like the dead ends it just checked, because it's kind of a random idea. So that's really all I get in this time lapse. That's as far as I make it. Is it like it can go back one turning point, but it just keeps messing up. The way I'd like solve this is by keeping my current thought is I'll keep a list of every square that's right next to a turn that I've been on, and make it so that the go back code doesn't, go onto those squares. I'll probably figure something else out, but you know how it goes. I actually think I have a couple ideas I might turn in. I'm not going to spoil them, though. Anyways, enjoy the time lapse. solved it. It wasn't super, it didn't fucking harvest it because I'm an idiot. I'm not clearing this without getting a little bit of treasure. That's not a whole lot.